Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
We're learning more about two men who were both arrested for being drunk in separate cars at a McDonald's drive-thru. Hank.
Tracking the coronavirus around the world, around the country, and also preparing for the possibility of danger here in Michigan. I'll show you what's being done to keep you safe in my Help Me Hank report, new tonight.
All right, Hank, also a local family shaken by what they saw on their trail cam that they put on their home. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 6. The images appear to show someone they recognized and previously trusted, a neighbor of theirs.
And wait until you hear what that neighbor does for a living. Images taken on several different nights show the man peering into a bathroom window of a home of a family with a teen son and teen daughter. Sean Lay is live tonight. And Sean, this story gets more creepy with each new piece of information you've dug up today.
You're right. Information like the defendant here is a parole officer for the State Department of Corrections. The victim's daughter here, just a couple doors down, babysat for the defendant and his kids. And also big questions tonight why this guy isn't facing more serious charges.
Horrified, disgusted.
This Flat Rock family feels victimized.
You totally violated us completely.
By a trusted neighbor who lives just 2 doors down.
My daughter babysat for him. My son played with his boys.
It all unfolded in the Wood Creek Park subdivision next door to Flat Rock Community High School and an elementary school.
He rolled that the first time over to this window.
This father of 2 teens noticed a log kept showing up under his kid's bathroom window. One night, he looked out that window and his neighbor was standing right there.
I came running outside just to see, and he was gone.
Then he put up a trail cam that captured image after image of that neighbor lurking by the window, climbing up, peering in, night after night after night.
I was in shock. It was my neighbor hanging from my bathroom window, my kid's bathroom window. And we had 57 pictures total.
That neighbor, Paul Stabnick, he is a parole officer for the State Department of Corrections. Stabnick pled no contest to a misdemeanor trespassing charge. He could have faced multiple felonies of stalking, voyeurism, peeping. These parents, they had to tell their teen kids.
Their first thought was, oh my God, did he take pictures? Is there going to be something put out there? Nude pictures of them, social media. That was their concern. They were really upset.
Now, the Flat Rock City Attorney handled this case, not the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. He says to get a conviction with the evidence that they had, they agreed to a charge of misdemeanor trespassing, a 93-day misdemeanor, sentencing here now in just a couple of weeks. We went by Stabnick's home to get his side of the story. He did not come to the door. We checked with the MDOC about his job status. His job status right now is unchanged, but MDOC officials say they are investigating. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Creepy story. We'll see how it all turns out. Sean, thanks.
A former U of M wrestler filing the first of what may be several lawsuits alleging sexual abuse by a doctor at the university. Suit claims Dr. Robert E. Anderson sexually abused the plaintiff at least 35 different times in the 1980s under the guise of medical treatment. And it alleges the university knew what was happening. The suit reads in part, U of M placed vulnerable student athletes like plaintiff in Anderson's care despite knowing he was a sexual predator. Anderson died back in 2008. A news conference requesting an investigation by the Attorney General's office is set for tomorrow. All right, let's get now to the latest in the coronavirus crisis as it continues to swirl around the world.
Let's get you caught up on today's new developments. The state of California has declared its first coronavirus death, marking the first U.S. death outside of Washington state. That brings the total in the United States to 11. Here at home, Troy schools are asking parents not to send their sick children to school. Awards and incentives for perfect attendance have been suspended.
And as the fight against coronavirus ramps up, Governor Whitmer has activated the state's Emergency Operations Center.
And tonight we're taking you behind closed doors, showing you how local, state, and federal agencies all work together in this state-of-the-art facility. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester saw it up close and personally, and it's impressive, Hank.
It is. It's huge. It's high tech. It has all the bells and whistles. It can withstand an earthquake or a flood, but it's the people inside who are the most impressive. They're working around the clock to keep us all safe. Right now, you're inside the State of Michigan Emergency Command Operations Center. It is here where local and federal agencies all work together to respond to disasters, emergencies, or terrorist events. Right now, all eyes on this huge coronavirus tracker. The latest numbers provided by Johns Hopkins, tracking the virus as it moves across the world and the country. Is this so everybody is on the same page under one roof, able to trade and share information quickly, get the information out?
Absolutely, absolutely. This way you put everybody in one facility together to work together.
Inspector James Grady is the Assistant Division Commander here. Do you feel like the state of Michigan is prepared if this virus makes its way here?
Well, you know, this is, I wouldn't say that this isn't the first type of health issue that has happened. Of course, you've had H1N1 in the past, but I would like to say I'm pretty confident, and again, our healthcare workers here in the state.
The governor just activated the Operations Center, working to stay one step ahead of the virus.
Being clear-headed and calm and sharing information, I think, is the most responsible way that we can proceed and protect our state.
Last year, we were here inside with the governor as she activated the center in response to the frigid temperatures in January. It's here inside this room, not far from Lansing, where the police, health department, federal agents all gather the latest information on the virus. And then if and when it makes its way to Michigan, launch the effort to keep us safe.
As we receive information like this, in addition to the information that the CDC and our other federal and other state partners provide, including those impacted in other states, we want to monitor that, assess that information.
So interesting to watch them all working together. Right now, when those in the command center learn of a new case in another state, well, they work to learn how it was spread, what's being done in each case to keep the public nearby safe. They're essentially learning in real time, and they want to know as much as possible just in case this becomes an issue here at home. So you see that huge video wall they have from Johns Hopkins. So those numbers are updated in real time. And when they get a new case, like yesterday, we saw a new case in California.
Pop up while you were there.
We saw it pop up, and then we see the response was, we have to call California. How was it transmitted? What did they do with that patient? So if it happens here, they know what to do.
Follow along.
Pretty slick. All right. Thanks, Hank. And we want to remind everyone out there, if you have questions about coronavirus or things you're hearing about it, you can send them to us for fact-checking at clickondetroit.com. Look for the story right there on the homepage.
Now to an important change to Michigan law for anyone buying or selling a gun. It has to do with background checks. Our Larry Spruill live in Taylor to tell us more about it. Larry.
Well, Devin and Kimberly, things have been very busy here at the Top Gun store, and this parking lot has been packed all day. I spoke with the owner. He tells me that new gun law is in effect here. Basically, everyone has to pass a background check, whether you're licensed to carry or not. Rifles, handguns, and bullets. Top Gun Shooting Sports Store here in Taylor sells them all. Michael Barber says they run a pretty tight ship here.
If you come in smelling like marijuana, alcohol, any of those things, we can't allow you to shoot, we can't allow you to purchase firearms.
But recently things got a little stricter.
For federal firearms dealers, we now have to do a background check on every firearm that we're selling.
Barber says that's because of a new gun law passed down by the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It simply states all gun stores are required to conduct a national instant criminal background check before selling a firearm to someone, even if they already have a CPL or a concealed pistol license. Barber says this new law should not cause too much hassle, at least not for the legal gun owners.
If you have your CPL, chances are on the the vast majority of the people are still going to be able to pass a background check.
He says it may slow things down inside the store just a little, but he doesn't mind because it's all about safety.
We don't want people out there, that shouldn't own a firearm, being able to buy one.
And Barbara tells me things can get a little tricky for those who have a medical marijuana card. That's because the federal government doesn't like or even approve controlled substances. We're live in Taylor tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Exactly right. All right, Larry.
In a Local 4 News update, we're getting our first look at the drivers caught asleep behind the wheel in a drive-through line. This happened last month, you might remember, at the McDonald's drive-through in the area of Rochester and Big Beaver Roads in Troy. The two were holding up the line, so a McDonald's employee called police for help. Officers gave both drivers breathalyzer tests that showed they were over the legal limit. 56-year-old John Reese and 24-year-old Charles Lind are charged with operating while intoxicated.
Detroit police are looking for a man suspected of 2 break-ins at an apartment complex near Detroit Mercy. Man entered through the front door both times. He has stolen payment envelopes from a double deadlocked office and equipment out of a utility room. So if you know anything about it, you're asked to contact the Detroit police with any help.